What if I told you that 93% of people are manifesting the wrong way, without even realizing it? And what if the real reason your desires haven't shown up yet is hidden in a simple mistake you make every single day? Dr. Joe Dispenza reveals something most people never hear. Manifestation isn't about trying harder. It's about stopping the patterns that keep you trapped in the same reality. If you've been visualizing, affirming, scripting, or trying to think positive, but nothing changed, you're not alone. And it's not your fault. Because the truth is this: you can't manifest a new life with the emotions of your old one. Today, we'll break down exactly what that 93% is doing wrong and how you can switch into the small 7% who manifest fast, naturally, and effortlessly. Before we begin, take a breath, because what you're about to hear may challenge everything you thought you knew about manifestation. Ready? Most people start their manifestation journey with excitement and then slowly slip back into frustration. They do everything right. They visualize. They repeat affirmations. They watch motivational videos. And yet, deep inside, the results stay the same. Why? Because they don't realize that the universe doesn't respond to effort. It responds to alignment. And alignment has nothing to do with what you want. It has everything to do with who you are being. So let me ask you something. Are you manifesting from desire or from fear? Hold that question for a moment. When Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about the 93%, he refers to the people who do this one mistake. They manifest from the personality. They're trying to escape. Imagine trying to build a new future while carrying the emotions of the past. It's like trying to write a new story with the same old pen. But the ink is dry. You can force it, press harder, push the pen into the paper, but nothing flows. Most people live this way emotionally. They push, they force, they hustle, but nothing flows. Is it any surprise that the universe stays silent? To manifest correctly, you don't need to want harder. You need to break the loop between your mind and your body. That loop is called memorized emotion. Your body remembers how to feel unworthy. It remembers how to feel doubtful. It remembers the old disappointment. So even when you set a new intention, your body is already predicting the same outcome as before. This is why people stay stuck. They manifest from emotion, not vision. And vision without elevated emotion is just a daydream. The question is, what emotion runs your life without your permission? Dispenza teaches that the moment you wake up, your brain scans your environment. You look around your room. You check your phone. You remember yesterday. And without noticing, you recreate yesterday emotionally before the day even begins. So your body says, "Oh, I know this life. I know this pattern. Let me feel exactly what I always feel." And your brain obeys. You go into autopilot. Autopilot creates the same thoughts. Same thoughts create the same behaviors. Same behaviors create the same results. And the same results reinforce your identity. This loop is where 93% of people stay stuck. Are you still living inside yesterday? Manifestation becomes impossible when your attention is trapped in the past. Because attention is energy. And wherever your attention goes, your life grows. If your attention is on what you fear, you grow your fear. If your attention is on what you lack, you grow your lack. If your attention is on what hasn't shown up yet, you strengthen the exact frequency blocking it. So the problem isn't that you can't manifest. The problem is that your attention is feeding the wrong reality. What reality are you feeding right now? Here's the trap almost everyone falls into. You say you want something, but your body doesn't believe you. You want abundance, but you feel scarcity. You want love, but you feel unworthy. You want health, but you feel broken. You want a new life, but you feel like the old you. Your intention and your emotion are in conflict. And when intention fights emotion, emotion always wins, every single time. So the universe receives your emotional frequency, not your words. Ask yourself, do your emotions support your desires or sabotage them? Most people try to manifest from the level of the mind, but manifestation happens from the level of the nervous system. Your nervous system decides what feels safe. If your nervous system believes abundance is unsafe, you will block it. If your nervous system believes love is dangerous, you will reject it. If your nervous system believes success threatens your identity, you will sabotage it. It's not because you're weak. It's because your body is protecting you from a future you haven't emotionally rehearsed yet. Have you ever rehearsed the life you want? Dispenza says the body becomes the mind, meaning your body thinks for you. It reacts before you can consciously decide. It feels before you can choose a new thought. This is why habits repeat. This is why emotions recycle. This is why patterns return. The body runs the program, not you. So when you say, "I want something new," your body says, "I don't believe you. I only trust what I've already lived." The key is to teach your body a new emotional reality. Are you ready to teach your body a new future? The 93% keep checking the 3D world for proof. They need signs, validation, evidence. But manifestation doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't deliver because you're watching. It delivers because you're aligned. You can't wait for something to change in your reality before you allow yourself to feel differently. You must feel the future first. The emotion must come before the evidence. That is the hardest part and the most powerful. Can you feel your desire before it exists? So what does the successful 7% do differently? They stop waiting. They stop checking. They stop doubting. They stop analyzing the absence of their desire. Instead, they become the version of themselves who already has it. They live from the future, not toward it. They wake up with gratitude for a life that hasn't materialized yet, but energetically has already begun. And because the universe responds to frequency, not timing, the future finds them. What future is trying to find you right now? To enter the 7%, you must master one thing: emotional independence. This means your inner state is no longer controlled by your outer environment. You don't let circumstances dictate your vibration. You don't react to what's missing. You don't collapse back into fear when the 3D world is slow. Instead, you choose your emotion deliberately, daily, consistently. Because whoever controls your emotions controls your reality. Who is controlling yours? Dispenza's formula is simple but radical. Become conscious of the old self. Interrupt the memorized emotion. Install a new emotional signature. Rehearse the future until it feels familiar. When the future becomes familiar, the old self becomes irrelevant. This is where manifestation begins to accelerate. Not because you're forcing it, but because you're finally matching the signal of what you desire. What emotional signature are you broadcasting today? Let's talk about the biggest misconception. Manifestation isn't about creating something outside of you. It's about tuning into a version of you that already exists in the quantum field. Every possibility is already there. Every timeline already exists. Every version of you is waiting. The only question is, which version are you emotionally compatible with? Your desires are not out of reach. They are out of frequency. Which frequency are you living in right now? Most people fail because they are addicted to their past emotions, addicted to stress, addicted to worry, addicted to overthinking, addicted to disappointment, not because they enjoy it, but because it feels familiar. The brain prefers familiar suffering over unfamiliar freedom. To escape this cycle, you must break the addiction. You must choose uncertainty over repetition. And uncertainty is the birthplace of miracles. What uncertainty are you avoiding? Here's something most never consider. Your future cannot fit inside your old identity. The version of you who is everything you want doesn't think like you, doesn't feel like you, doesn't act like you, doesn't believe what you believe. If they did, you would already be living that life. So manifestation requires a kind of death, the death of the old self. Are you willing to let an old version of you die so a new one can be born? The old self dies slowly, not because you resist it consciously, but because your body fights to maintain the familiar. It pulls you back into old habits with subtle emotional triggers, a thought, a memory, a worry, a familiar disappointment. And just like that, you collapse into the identity you're trying to outgrow. This is where most people quit, right before the breakthrough. The real test is simple. Can you stay in a new emotional state long enough for your future to recognize you? There's a moment Dispenza calls the void, a space between who you were and who you are becoming. It feels unfamiliar, empty, quiet, and for the 93%, this silence feels uncomfortable. They rush back to their old emotions just to feel something predictable. But the 7%, they stay, they breathe, they trust the unknown. Because the unknown is not a threat, it is the doorway to the quantum field. Can you sit with the unknown without running back to what you know? Most people don't realize this, but stress is the biggest manifestation blocker. When you are stressed, your brain moves from creation into survival. You stop imagining new futures and start predicting old dangers. Your energy collapses inward. Your heart tightens. Your breath shortens. Your vision narrows. And in that state, the universe cannot deliver anything new. You cannot create while you are surviving. Which state are you living in more often, creation or survival? The body in survival becomes obsessed with control, and control kills manifestation. Because manifestation requires surrender, and surrender requires trust. But trust only becomes possible when your emotions are not tied to the external world. So the real question is, who do you become when things don't go your way? Do you collapse into the old story, or do you stay aligned with your future? Your answer determines your timeline. Let's talk about timing. Most people demand the universe deliver fast, but speed is irrelevant. Alignment is everything. If the version of you who has what you want is calm, grounded, elevated, why would you receive it while vibrating in fear, doubt, and impatience? The universe doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to coherence. So instead of asking when is it coming, ask yourself, am I matching the energy of the version of me who already has it? Coherence is the state when your heart and mind are sending the same signal. Not conflicting intentions, not mixed emotions, not desperate energy disguised as desire, but true alignment. Heart coherence opens the door for the quantum field to respond instantly. It's not magic, it's physiology. When your heart opens, your electromagnetic field expands. That field is what interacts with the universe. How open is your heart right now? One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to manifest while feeling the absence of what they want. That emotion sends a very clear signal, I don't have it. And the universe simply echoes back, yes, you don't. To shift this, you must generate the emotion of already having it. Right here, right now, without evidence, without proof, without conditions. This is the skill of the 7%. Can you feel abundance before abundance arrives? Most people live in emotional reactions. Something happens, then they react. Someone hurts them, then they feel pain. Something disappoints them, then they feel doubt. But creators flip this sequence. They feel first, then reality rearranges to match their feeling. This is the essence of conscious creation. You choose the emotion before life gives you a reason. Which emotion are you waiting for the world to give you instead of generating yourself? The 93% keep manifesting from their environment. The 7% manifest from their internal universe. Think of it like this. Your environment is old news. It is a reflection of yesterday's vibration. If you keep reacting to what you see around you, you will keep reinforcing the past. But if you respond to the vision inside you, you activate the future. Your inner world becomes your cause, and the outer world becomes your effect. Which world are you creating from? Let's talk about emotional repetition. Every time you feel an emotion, you strengthen that neural circuit. You rehearse it. You deepen it. You make it more automatic. So if you rehearse doubt, doubt becomes your personality. If you rehearse fear, fear becomes your identity. If you rehearse unworthiness, unworthiness becomes your baseline frequency. And that frequency becomes your magnet. What emotion have you rehearsed the most? Memory plays a powerful role. Your brain stores emotional memories that shape your expectations of the future. But here's the twist. Your body doesn't know the difference between an emotion created by a memory and an emotion created by imagination. That means you can use imagination to install new emotional memories of a future that hasn't happened yet. This is the secret of quantum manifestation. What emotional memory of the future can you create today? Breaking the cycle requires awareness. You must become aware of the subconscious patterns that run your life. Awareness interrupts automation. Automation feeds the old self. So the moment you recognize a familiar emotional reaction, you stop the program. You take your power back. That split second is your portal. It's your chance to choose the future over the past. What old reaction can you interrupt today? Every elevated emotion, gratitude, love, joy, inspiration, expands your field. Every survival emotion, fear, guilt, shame, stress, collapses it. So manifestation is not about thinking positive. It's about feeling elevated. When you elevate your emotions, you tune into a new dimension of reality. You shift timelines. You attract different people. You become compatible with different outcomes. Emotion is your access key. What emotion are you carrying into your future? Gratitude is the most powerful frequency changer. Because gratitude says one thing to the universe: it's already here. Not I hope, not I wish, not I want, but thank you. Thank you for the future that is unfolding. Thank you for the life that is becoming. Thank you for the reality that is aligning. When you master gratitude before the evidence appears. What can you thank the universe for right now, even before it has arrived? Your future is not waiting on time. It is waiting on your transformation. When you change your emotional frequency, your timeline shifts instantly. Not because the universe rushes, but because it recognizes you. Your future can only find you when you become emotionally compatible with it. So the real question is, are you behaving, feeling, and thinking like the version of you who already has it? Or are you still rehearsing the past? Be honest, your future depends on it. Most people try to change their lives consciously, but the subconscious runs the show, and it only changes through repetition plus emotion plus presence. Thoughts are electrical. Emotions are magnetic. Together, they create your personal reality. If your emotion contradicts your thought, the emotion wins every time. When you try to manifest something new, your body protests. It wants the familiar. Even if the familiar is miserable, that discomfort you feel, that's not failure. That's the old self dying. Manifestation is not about having something. It's about becoming someone. If your identity doesn't match your desire, the desire cannot stay. The question, when will it come, is the fastest way to announce I don't have it. Time isn't blocking you. Your impatience is. Gratitude is not a reaction. It's a signal. When you feel grateful before the manifestation, you tell the universe, I already have it, and the universe responds accordingly. What are you ready to thank life for before it arrives? Everything you want exists in the unknown, but the unknown scares the predictable self. When you finally surrender, you enter the field of infinite possibilities. Love is the highest frequency. It expands your field instantly. It synchronizes your brain and heart. Love is not romance. It's expansion. What moment today could you infuse with more love? Manifestation is not a ritual. It's a state, a continuous state. Hold the state, and the state will shape your reality. You cannot receive abundance if your body is bracing for loss. Relaxation attracts. Tension repels. You don't chase reality. You generate it. When you embody your future, the universe aligns with precision. You are the cause, not the effect. What future are you ready to create? Not seek. Not external evidence. Internal evidence. You must feel a shift, notice a signal, catch a synchronicity. These are the breadcrumbs of alignment. What small sign has already shown you that your future is approaching?